Welcome, Valpo fans, to another edition of Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute. I'm Aaron Levitt, joined today by the head coach of the Valpo women's basketball team, Mary Evans. Coach Evans, thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Aaron.
A few weeks into the season now, and in terms of wins and losses, it's been a tough opening stretch for you guys, but I think kind of deceiving how tough your schedule has been in the early going. You look at the six teams you've played so far, five of the six have winning records, a winning percentage of 667. One of the opponents, Southern Miss, just beat a top 20 Mississippi State team. So I think, if you look at it that way, you face this tough schedule. I think if you look at the team's performances, you've played right with most of those teams for significant stretches of those games.
Yeah, I think our biggest obstacle right now is just consistency in play. And I think we've shown that we can compete against these teams. And I would agree with you that I think our schedule is a lot tougher than people realize. And we've been right there and we've done some really good things. Now it's just the consistency of doing them for longer stretches of time. And I thought probably the Western Michigan game was the most consistent that we played in a full 40 minutes. I really think we just had a little bit of a letdown with our rebounding in the second quarter that really kind of cost us the game. But we just been coming into practice and trying to focus on being consistent in our approach, being disciplined and really focusing in on details and doing things correctly. And just really trusting this process that we're going through as we're trying to become the team that we can become as we start Valley play and moving on into February and March.
You talked coming into the season about wanting to get to your aggressive style of defense this year, your kind of preferred aggression on that end, where we might have gotten away from it a bit last year. And we've seen that you're averaging 12 steals a game right now. What's been the reason for the success there, I guess, and how much of it is due to, the three freshmen who are getting regular playing time and their athleticism on that end of the court?
Yeah, I mean, I think some of it, obviously, you have to give credit to those three and the athleticism that they've brought, their ability to guard the ball. I think obviously having Nevaeh or Sanaya on the ball or Raven on the ball puts a lot of pressure on opponents. I think we see it every day in practice. I mean, I love watching right now Ava and Raven kind of compete every day in our drill work, and they're making each other better every single day. Ava's getting more comfortable at the point because goodness, she's got to figure out how to get the ball up the court and get us into offense against a kid who can take the ball from pretty much anybody she plays against. So those guys have been tremendous, but it's getting back to our principles defensively. I think we're back to fronting the post. We're able to ball pressure. I think we've got the kids that are playing in the post doing a good job of playing with their feet, not trying to arm wrestle against these big kids and getting around and making plays. And, I think it's a testament to them paying attention and listening to what we're asking them to do. And they're reaping the rewards and they're seeing the success of it, not just with the steals numbers, but we went down and played Southern Miss and they've got an all-conference 6'3" player. And by the end of the game, she was sitting on the bench and not playing. UAB had to sit one of their big kids towards the end of the game because of their inability to match up with us. We go to Western, they played small the whole second half. And we go to Purdue and one of their bigs gets 10 minutes. It's normally playing, 25 minutes a game. So I think what we're doing is working. It's just going to come down to us being a little bit more focused on details and discipline and consistency. And that's why we play. That's why we practice, is to get better. And that's where we're at right now.
You look at the flip side of that, your most successful teams have not only racked up steals, but also taken care of the ball on the offensive end to really have a good turnover margin. This year, that part's been a struggle so far, 19 turnovers a game, a turnover margin just above +1. How do you get that turnover number down a bit? And is it a matter, given how spread out the turnovers are, is it a matter of just everyone just commit one less mistake a game?
Yeah, I think it's just a focus. I think we've had some games where we've had 5 or 6 offensive fouls. That's aggressive play, but we talk about it. We need aggressive patience. We need to drive the ball in there. When we see help, we don't need to be a bull in a china closet. We need to stop our body because if help comes, someone's open and find that player. We've got to be solid with our footwork and get rid of some of these travels that we've gotten. And then I think, our younger players are learning to figure out where space is. This is the first time they've ever played in this motion offense. And I think we've had some turnovers here of late where we're trying to force the ball back into where it came from and where all the defense is. And we've got we've got to start reading that a little bit earlier, but they're doing a great job collectively. The group that's playing a lot, they're getting in, they're watching a ton of extra film. And I know it's a lot easier to see on film, but the more you see it on film, the more I think you become better at it when you get on the court. And so they're bought in and they're doing a great job coming in and getting extra work in, and it'll click at some point. When it does, I'm really excited to see what we can do offensively.
Leah Ernest's performance so far this year, obviously a bright side, just a model of consistency. She's scoring in double figures every game, has had the 2 highest scoring games of her career, top 6 in the Valley right now in both scoring and rebounding. I know you mentioned in the preseason wanting to see her look to pass more, which she is. Her assist numbers are nearly double what they were last year. What else have you seen from her in the early going where she's been successful?
Yeah, Leah is she's been a tremendous leader right now. I think, her and Liv Brown are some people that I really confide in and talk to. And I think she's doing a great job leading with her effort out on the court. We all still make mistakes, but I think she's really trying to do things the correct way. I think she's being extremely coachable. She is looking to pass the ball, and I think that assist number will be even higher as we get more comfortable making those shots, because I think she's thrown some really good passes where we've just missed shots. And she's being patient. She's picking and choosing when she's going on her drives. She's trusting her teammates, which I think she's then in turn seeing easier second and third drives. And she's really thinking the game much more than I think she has in the past. And I'm excited to continue to, work with her and watch her grow as a player throughout this year and grow as a leader throughout this year. But she's been doing a tremendous job.
Got 2 games at home this week before you break for final exams. What do you want to see out of the team this week in those 2 games?
Yeah, I think improvement. I think maturity. Understanding we're back at home and we do have finals next week, but this is a time we still have to focus in. We have to play these 2 games, and we have to focus on continuing to get better. Consistency. We've really been making practices more competitive. We've been tracking things a lot more. We've been stopping and holding them a lot more accountable to details. And I want to see them grow in that area. Details are important. Little intricacies in our offense and defense are important. Our communication is important. And these are 2 games where we have to go show that we've gotten better in those areas. Secondly, we've been hammering them. Like, we're really good when we drive it more than one time. Let's work to get to second and third drives, and then see what we can get off of those. I think that's when we get our best offense, and we've got to commit to doing that every possession, not just when we feel like it.
2 chances to see the Beacons at home at the Arc this week. Thursday evening, an exhibition game against IU Northwest at 6 p.m. Saturday afternoon against Chicago State at 1 p.m. Saturday will be the biggest Christmas party in the region. Santa will be here for photos, Christmas lights, headbands for the first 500 fans, prizes for the best holiday outfits, a teddy bear toss at halftime. You won't want to miss it, so come on out for both games, but especially Saturday afternoon, 1 p.m. Coach Evans, thanks for your time today. Good luck this week.
Thank you. Everybody bring your stuffed animals.
This has been Valpo Basketball Weekly, brought to you by Lakeshore Bone and Joint Institute.